Welcome back. It's the third day of Kwanzaa. The first day was Umoja. The second day was Kucha Chakalia. So I'm gonna hit y'all with what I hit y'all with yesterday. Habarigani, Umoja. Habarigani, Kucha Chakalia. And for the one of today, Habarigani, Ujima. Ujima means collective work and responsibility. Now, here's the thing. It's the Kwanzaa third day again. That means to build and maintain our communities and to make our brothers and sisters' problems our problems and to solve them together. Now, the thing is, what does that mean in a literal sense? It simply means this. From an African perspective, there's a extreme oneness to life. It's extreme oneness to community. And it's based on the three preservations. One of the preservations everybody knows, self-preservation. But you also have tribal preservation and community preservation. What does that mean? Self-preservation is obvious. The means of surviving, the means of benefits for self is something that kicks in naturally. It's always all about me. That's the easiest preservation because you're going to do whatever you got to do to preserve yourself. Now, tribal communication, that's something else that kind of got a little kick to it too. But people in our community nowadays have a hard time establishing tribal communication. But no man is an island. So with no man being an island, everything you do got to do with people. Got to do with somebody aiding you and assisting you in some type of fashion. You could be the richest man in America and you can have all the products that you want, but if the people don't back you, the wealth that you hold don't mean nothing. It's the people that gives you value. It's the people that support you. In fact, there's in ancient Bulgaria, they got a term, and we use that same term today. We use the term family first and foremost. Family, let's think about that. Family includes extended family, which means friends and outside entities that's not your just direct bloodline. You know what I'm saying? But then you got your biological family, right? But we run around here now, in short for family, we say fam. In the ancient Bulgaria culture, fam was the original man. This is their Adam. But it's not the Adam of it's not the same as the Adam of the Bible. But it's the first man, and the first man name meant power. So where do we get our power from? Our family. The people that we call extended family and biological family, because we move and interact with fam. You know what I'm saying? And this is where we get our power from. So they go to tribal preservation, community preservation, meaning that I have to have an environment that's conducive to my success, to me to be able to thrive and earn a living in this community or to sustain myself in this environment. I need that environment to do whatever it is I need to do to establish whatever I'm trying to establish. So those are the three preservations. But here's the thing, we going back to in the African tradition, it's an extreme oneness. Most people falsely believe that it was, what they call it, the worship of many gods and all that type of stuff. It wasn't. And it isn't. So this is the concept and principle in my terms. And the question that I ask, if in the beginning, the only element in existence was the creative force, it's not a he, it's not a she. It just is, right? What did it create creation with? It created creation with itself. It's the only building blocks in the manifestation. So that means that anything that is, was, and can ever be is it. So when you trickle it down to self, and self is connected to it, that means everything around me is me. Everything around me is the creative force or the creative source. Call it God, Allah, I call it a Ludamare, you know what I'm saying? We call it Amen or Amen Ra, which means the hitting lights force. We call it many different terms. And these represent the many different attributes because the attributes display what characteristic or force or aspect of that force that we are demonstrating in when we moving out. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But this is the building blocks of creation. So if everything is it and I am a part of it, that means everything is me. So when in a ancient tribal community, any member that was a part of the tribe that went astray or was hurting or any type of thing that cripples the tribe on an individual level or a collective level, the responsibility was on the whole tribe. So if things was out of order and there was a problem, the whole tribe didn't see it as that individual's problem. It was the tribe's problem. It was the community at large problem. And the community as a whole worked together to resolve the conflict or the problem or the illness that they was facing. So this principle in this day represents getting back to that. So when we see our brothers and sisters out there, especially the young brothers and sisters out there having problems in the community, misguided in the community, it is our duty to go out there and say something, but not in a way that cause more conflict. So we have to work collectively to solve our own problems. Starting off as black people, we can show the world how to thrive and how to be better by first cleaning up our own communities, reaching out to the youth. When it comes to the gangs in the community, they united already. They got collective working responsibility. They done came together, but they're a little misguided. So it means we got to go out there and get them because it's a problem in our community when they gang bang instead of being an organization. The organization that they was created to be. When we don't get them the game in the root of what they is and hold them to that standard, then we allow them to say fuck it. Because at the end of the day, people talk this, it wasn't a man in the household or his mama in the household. But if a man is in the household and he's working all day and he come home and he's tired, that's just like a man not being there. Nobody have time for the children no more. Nobody have time for the youth no more. So even though mom bust her ass to provide and put food on the table, mom don't have time to sit down and groom the young men and women that lives within her household. When she comes home, it's take your ass outside somewhere. She prepared a meal, maybe clean up a little bit, and she go on her way. Pop's working his ass off. If it's a traditional American style, he's working his ass off. He don't have time to play with no kids. So what happens is the community at large, although it's a little off and corrupted, they take on the responsibility to work with these youth to produce the products that they looking for. So now we come from a person that's been betrayed. His image of a man or authority figure or a father figure or, you know what I'm saying, or a big homie, what we call him, right? That took him in and showed him, hey, listen, we can get some money, we can do this, this, and that, and then he betrayed him. So now when he come across guys that betrayed him like that he looked up to and took him in and showed him how to get money, gave him guns to protect himself, even though it was, a little crooked. But at the end of the day, he showed himself how to survive. He showed him how to survive in this community. It's harsh. When you play in that game, it's harsh. And it take cleverness and it take wisdom to survive in that. And he showed you how to survive in that. But he betrayed you. So what does that do to a young man or woman when he or she was betrayed by their big homie? And that big homie represented a father or a mother figure. So what happens is this. Anything that represents authority or a father figure began to be looked at as not a father figure. So now biological father come around. He ain't got to have went to prison. He was a hardworking man. Nigga, you look like that nigga that just betrayed me. The one that had time for me, the one that groomed me, the one that showed me the ropes on how to move out here, the one that put some money in my pocket and protected me to a degree. Even though most of the bullshit he protected me from was shit that he had to do with it and it wasn't my problem, but the smoke came back on me. So he showed me how to protect myself in these type of environments. So that means that there became a problem. The elder and the youth problem is a big problem that we have in our communities. All the elders want to do for the most part is step on these youth. And all the youth want to do for the most part is say, fuck these old ass niggas, they just mad because it ain't they time no more. So ain't nobody hearing nobody. But I know from a fact from being in prison for 20 years, when I talk to them little young motherfuckers in there, them little young guys, you feel what I'm saying? They listen to me. I ain't had no problem with getting their attention. I paid attention to their mannerism. I carried myself like I was supposed to carry myself because I knew it was part of my job. You know what I'm saying? As a Kwanzaa man, a 24/7 Kwanzaa man, to reach out to him and give him whatever I can give him in the moment. I can't force you to do nothing, but I can help you if you will help yourself by listening. But it's our job as elders in this community, and it's their job as youth in this community to carry out the mission of the community as a whole and preserve our stuff. When we have a problem, it's our problem, not just a day problem. Because that one person can go rob and kill somebody or you because he didn't have and then he didn't see love and respect from under elders. So it's not just a them problem, a day problem, it's our problem. And we got to solve that together. So when we look at these principles of Kwanzaa and on this day, Ujima, we have to recognize that this is not just a word or a concept that came out of the blue air. Dr. Karinga did a good job, but Dr. Karinga ain't create this. He brought these principles back from the motherland. And they so valid in the environment that we live in that we must respect and pay homage to that type of stuff, man. And I respect all my elders, man. And I respect all my youngsters too, the youth. And I want the youth to know I got an obligation to you. But you also have an obligation to me because you have to be better than me. I owe you just like you owe me. I owe you a mouth, you owe me an ear. And we owe each other our story so that we can recognize the problem of you and me and we can fix these problems together. To all my brothers and sisters that call yourself consciousness, you have to be consciousness for the unconsciousness. You ain't conscious just to run with conscious individual. And stop treating these youth, the people that don't know, and trying to hold them to a standard as if they do know. You can't tell a baby to go drive a car and then get mad when the car crashed with no acceleration because the baby couldn't even reach the paddle. This is what you're doing to unlearned people, man. It's time to get together and collectively figure out the talents. Figure out the talent. Stop trying to put something in these individuals, these young gods and goddesses. Recognize the uniqueness of them and hold them accountable to their greatness, not to what your standard, what they're supposed to be. And this is how we fix our problem, because each individual have an individual mission. A leader is bullshit. Someone that knows how to groom you into your position is the real God, man, and women. If you seek to be worshiped and praised and followed, you on the wrong goddamn path. But if you seek to help these people discover who they are, you on the right path. And these are the healing principles that we need in order to solve our own problems. I leave y'all as I came. One life. No. One love. Many lives, one nation, one struggle. Peace and love.